Surya,
I
can we
just
start
started.
the session or it's been like, do we need to
Yes,
wait 2 more minutes?
yes, I just started. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining today's session on Azure networking. We have Robin with us, who is going to be training us on Azure networking, how you can get started, and how you can build your own knowledge on Azure networking and get passed or get certified on Azure networking. So the today's session will be going to be 2 hours, and make sure you stay till the days to get the certificate of participation. And if there is any question, please do drop it in chat box. And I'm giving the mic over to trainer, and we'll be started. Over to you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Surya. So, Surya, can we stop this background noise? I'm not able to do that. Hey, Surya.
I'm, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking like how to take a control of this background noise music. So it's been good now. So, yeah. Hey, happy Monday, everyone. So welcome to AZ700 training program. My name is Robin, and I'll be the trainer for this module. Before starting the session, requesting everyone to confirm the audio through the chat option. So like how good it is, like is there any echo or it's been like it's been manageable or any kind of a technical issues?
You.
Good.
There is no echo. Sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Thank you. So thank you. I think yeah, we are getting update from the team. That's great. Now let me share the screen. Yeah, let me share the screen. So good morning, everyone. So today's program is Microsoft Azure Networking. This is a training event, and the program has been focusing more on the training certification called AZ700. Next 4 days, we'll be discussing more about cloud networking, how networking has been enabled on in a cloud scenario, how this has been different from a on-premises network concept. These are the points we are going to discuss throughout the session. So we'll be starting from the few basic topics first, then we'll be moving around cloud networking. About me, my name is Robin. I have 17 years of experience on Microsoft technologies, especially on the multi-cloud. It's basically like Microsoft Azure cloud and AWS and Google. So these are my core area. I'm basically into the designing and architect of networking, designing and architect of the Azure resources and Azure infrastructure, and into the operation. So last 17 years into the IT industry. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, holding almost 35 plus certifications on different verticals and the technologies on the IT. Before moving on into the technical side of this one, let's have a small introduction. Chat box has been enabled here. You can post your name, from which country you have been connected, and what is your experience on the Azure. Maybe you may be having a few people maybe attended first time the Azure training, or maybe not having any experience on Azure, or you may be already working on an Azure side. If you can just give a brief about you, about your Azure experience, and what is your Azure expectations from this training. Next 3 to 5 minutes, we'll use the chat window for a small introduction. Since the audience has been large, I'll prefer the chat is the option for communicating this. So let's have a small introduction. Let's know each other. Let's uh let's know each other. Yeah. Can everyone introduce yourself? First time. So Almari is from which country? Yeah, Philippines. Okay, thank great. Okay. All the members, if you can give a small intro about yourself, I can capture that. Yeah. Neeraj from, okay, I'm first time learning Azure. Okay. Neeraj from Nepal. Okay. Thank you. I'm just noting this first time has been okay. Bangladesh. Okay. Few people having already a knowledge on this. Okay. I hope. Thank you. So thank you for everyone to. Yep. Thank you. I'm just noting all the details. So um, yeah, for there are a few more people to introduce yourself. Or request everyone to confirm through the chat box. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. So we have people from a different vertical now. We have a freshers and we have a few experienced resources here. So I'll do one thing. I'll start this session from some basic topics. Then I'll move around networking concept. Then we'll discuss about advanced or the complete advanced topic about the networking side here. I hope you can able to see the screen here. Now, thank you team. About this training program, we are planned these sessions in a morning hours. Especially we are focusing for the APAC regions. I hope already you have received an email in the Discord link or by email or in the WhatsApp group. So please make sure that you are joining for this session for next 4 days. The session has been planned in a 4 days. So to ensure that we are able to cover this session for the complete 2 hours, and we are able to practice this technologies here. Coming on into the facility part, whatever sessions we are delivering today, I'll ensure that you are getting a presentation for this, whatever slides or whatever PPT we are doing. And we have prepared some handout also for you. So the idea it's been like we are trying to enable you on in a Microsoft Azure platform. It's been a complete webinar, free webinar. The agenda we are focusing like we want every people needs to start working on explore the Microsoft Azure. That the reason is like every week we have a multiple Azure or a Microsoft program has been aligned. Now for getting in the latest information about our free webinars, you can join the WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group has been available. I request Zurag to join, give the WhatsApp link. Second thing, Surag has been already shared a YouTube link, requesting you to share this YouTube link with your friends. This is completely a free webinar, so many people may be able to get a benefit of this. So we need your support from your side also. Uh, it's a joint kind of knowledge of a session. So we need support from your side also. So please stay tuned. Make sure that you are subscribing the channel. Make sure that you are joining the WhatsApp link. In the WhatsApp link, you used to get all the technical updates also, whatever changes happening on the Microsoft Azure, or is there any new technical updates is getting released from the Microsoft side. We are using that WhatsApp group is as a kind of a professional connect, where we used to share the L&D information or the training events information. We used to share it, and we used to share all the technical updates. And it's been a completely professional group. There is no good morning, good afternoon kind of a general greetings, or there is no forwarder messages. It's been completely handled in a professional way, and all the members inside that it's been matured, and it's been like in a professional way we have been using that group link. You can able to see on the chat. Request everyone to join this WhatsApp link. So this will help you to connect each other. That can be used for a communicating easy way also. You will be keep on getting the lot of different training events. Can be on a DevOps side or architect side or a different platform you can able to get. That's about the facility part of this one. Now, this training has been planned in such a way that we are focusing more on in a practical oriented way rather than just going on in a just a presentation based training program. We are make sure that this session has been focused more in a case study based sessions, more into the practical approach method we've been followed here. End of this training program, confidently you will be able to go and write 3 certifications. One is AZ900. Second one, it's been like you have a AZ104, and you can able to go and write AZ700 also. So these are the 3 certification program we have been focusing here. And as I said, the chat window is been enabled for everyone. In case if you have any questions, a question can be a complex or a scenario based one, or it can be a simple also. Don't hesitate to ask the questions here. Think like this program has been like a we always been working on in the same team. We are sitting in a cafeteria and having a discussion about a new technology. We are trying to understand this technology. This is like it's a mutual sharing. I'm not saying I'm able to give you answer all your 100% of your question. No, because Azure or a cloud is an ocean. So we'll discuss the different scenarios on in the discussion. On the we'll put a lot of questions on the table. Mutually or together, we'll try to understand the technology. We'll have a debate. We'll have a discussion. We'll have an argument, and we'll find out a solution for this one. This is the way the training program has been um, structured. So all the questions are welcome. In case if you have any concern or in case if you need any help, we have a support team also. It's been available on the this group call. Surya will be coordinating this NDA program. In case if you have any facility related or any kind of a concerns we have, you can reach out to me directly or into the Surya also. So we both will be available for the next 4 to 5 days. Even after this training program, also we are not ending this enablement. We are actively available on in the professional WhatsApp group also. You can ask the question related to the whatever topic we are covering today, or in case if you need any help outside this or out of box, if you need any help, like you may be having some technical issue or you need some mentorship is needed, or in case if you need some advice is needed, we are always here to help you. So this is going to be ongoing process. Is not just to finish this relationship, or it's not just to finish this training in next 4 days and we are saying goodbye. No, this is going to be an ongoing process. So always please connect in WhatsApp, so that will connect a professional connect also. That is the way the course has been structured. About the labs, what are the modules today we are covering? We'll be showing a live demo also. It's not just a presentation based. Whatever module or a service or a feature we are discussing, you will have a live demo as well. I'll be showing practically how this has been configured. What are the options we are going to get it here, or what are the challenges you're going to face it in a day by day. You will have a live demo of services also. That's about the training or the facility part. Let me start the session. Possible like I'll cover a few topics about cloud concept today here. The reason it's been like we have a few people um, already is coming from a fresher background or the first time they're attending. So thought like for first next 30 minutes to 1 hour, I'll take you into the cloud concept just to ensure that before starting on the advanced page, you are familiar with about the foundations items, clear about how Azure has been working. Then I'll go to the networking side of this. I hope before moving on into the technical side, any questions from anyone? If you're good, requesting you to comment on in the chat. Can you just comment on in the chat? Can you comment your feedback on the chat? Yeah, thank you, Sujit. Hey, Sujit, good morning. I think we met in the last training program, right? I remember you. How are you? I when I'm seeing your name, I recall your name. Yeah, we have a few people who's been already. We met in the last training program, right? Yeah, that's good. Happy to see you again. Yes. Good morning, Sujit. So happy to see you again. I think I remember Rahman as well. Yes. So I think a lot of new old faces I'm seeing here. Happy to see that again connecting on the another training program. Yes. Thank you, Ham. So happy to see you all again here. I think after 1 month we are again connecting back, right? So last 1 week I was also quite busy, and that's so happy to see you again. Good, great. I remember everyone here, so good. Since the bandwidth having some issue because we have a large audience is been connecting, that's the reason I'm not enabling the video here. Possibly in the next upcoming sessions we'll have a video based one. So we may have Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, we are not sure. Currently, this primary monitor was showing a connection timeout, but my secondary monitor was working. Not sure what happened with this one. Hey, sorry, team, some blackout or brownout. Something happened in this morning. So yeah, I hope it's been. Uh, I hope you can able to hear now, right? Maybe some network glitch or a flap or something happened. So got disconnected. Anyway, I'm back here. So I hope it's been loud and clear now, right? Yeah. So let's start with a concept called cloud computing. Let me ask you a question here. If I'm saying a term called ISP, have you heard about a term called ISP? Let me ask you a question. Have you heard about a term called ISP? Yeah. Can you tell me what is a ISP? In case if you heard about a term called ISP, yes, Internet Service Provider, yes. So what exactly it is? You may be already aware that in your home, the vendor or the company who has been providing the internet service to you, basically known as internet service provider. Similar way, if it is coming on in a cloud also, you have a lot of vendors or players available in the market, right? When you go for purchasing a mobile, you have a Nokia, Samsung, you have a Apple. There are many players are available, right? Similar way, when you take a cloud also, you may be able to see there are many players are available in the market. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and you may be able to see IBM, VMware, Salesforce, Rackspace. There are many players are available who has been capable to provide internet, capable to provide cloud solutions. Basically, they are known as CSP. CSP stands for Cloud Service Provider, the vendor or the company who has been capable to provide cloud solution to you, basically known as CSP. I request everyone to take a notebook, possible OneNote or a WordPad, whatever point we are discussing today. I'm giving a lecture note also, so you can able to copy whatever information we are sharing on in the chat window. So right now, what I'm trying to discuss here, cloud service provider is nothing. It's a vendor who has been capable to provide a cloud solution to us. It's basically known as um, it's basically it's been knowing as a cloud solutions or a vendor who has been capable to provide this one. Now, when it is coming on in a cloud side, there are many players are available in the market. Microsoft is one of the leading vendor you can able to see in the market who has been capable to provide these solutions. So the solution available from a Microsoft, it's been known as Microsoft Azure. So the cloud product available from a Microsoft, basically known as Microsoft Azure. Almost everyone has been familiar with this one. And our training also, it's been focusing more on into the Microsoft Azure side. And the cloud product available from Amazon, it's basically known as AWS. It's basically known as AWS one. So in a customer places, you may be able to see Microsoft Azure, or you may be able to see Amazon AWS, and you can able to see the cloud product available from a Google. It's basically known as GCP. So the cloud product available from a Google, basically known as GCP. Don't think that only Microsoft or a Google or Amazon only available in the market. No, you can able to see a lot of other players also available in the market. They also came with a lot of cloud products. You can able to see Alibaba, HP, VMware, Salesforce, Rackspace, Red Hat, Oracle, Adobe. Similarly, there are many vendors are available in the market who has been capable to provide cloud solution to us. Now, in a general terms, any organization or a vendor who has been capable to provide cloud solution to you, basically known as CSP. It's basically known as Cloud Service Provider. So basically known as Cloud Service Provider here. Now, our session or a training has been more focusing on into the Microsoft Azure side. So we'll be focusing more on Microsoft Azure side, different certifications or a program, how this even practically has been aligned. So we'll be focusing more on into the Microsoft Azure side here. Now, before moving on into the technical side, let's try to understand about how the certification is been aligned here, how AZ700 certification has been aligned, how to register for this Microsoft Azure certification, what are the topics is been covered inside this training program. When it is coming on into the Microsoft certifications, Microsoft is very beautifully organized the verticals or technologies in a different verticals. Means if you're from a Azure administrator side, based on your job role, you can able to go and do the respective certifications, and based on your job role or nature of work or the specialization you're doing, based on that, you will be able to write the right certifications here. Now, if you take a Microsoft side, Microsoft has been organized certification in such a way that all the certification has been organized in a based on the job role or specialization. You may be able to see you have a Azure administrator training program available. The people who has been working on into the uh, system administrator side, you can able to see Azure administrator training program. In case if you are from a development background, you may be able to see development certification has been available for a developers. You have for a Azure solution architects are available. You have a Azure DevOps engineers are available. You have option for 365 products are available. Now, when we are planning for any kind of a certifications program, you can able to see this is the right path you can able to take it. I have seen most of the time people will go and write certifications with the help of some exam dumps. They may be not focusing on the self-study or they are not focusing on the learning side. So better my advice from this industry, because I was been into this industry for a quite long time. I always request my team members, or always I prefer my team members to complete the training first, then go for the certification path. That may be the right approach. Today you are, even though it is a Monday today, all of us here it's been joined for this event. All the focus is here. It's like we have to learn the technology. We want to understand how Azure networking has been working. So all of us has been joined here not to just get a certificate. Our prime focus has been more to understand about the technology, how this has been working, how practically I can able to use this role or this technology in my day-to-day life or in my project or in my organization. So I request everyone here to complete the self-study or the learning, then prefer to go for a certifications here. Now, when you take a Microsoft certifications, you may be able to see Microsoft certifications are aligned in a different verticals. You have a fundamental programs you can able to see. You have an associate program you have a expert program also we have, and you have a specialized program also. Basically like a AZ700, whatever 700, what is the topic today you are attending, that is a specialized program. Basically, it's been focusing more on into the networking side. Now, the certification number, it's been AZ700. This is the certification number. You have to use it. Now, before writing this exam, you need to write few certification. Is not a hard rule or is not a mandatory rule saying that we need to write this certification. No, always we prefer to go for writing a fundamentals course first. You maybe heard about a training or a certification called AZ900. I request everyone to get some time on learning this AZ900, then go for AZ104, then whatever certification today you are attending, that's called AZ700, then go for expert program. This may be the right approach, because you may be remembering like when you make a home, uh, first you make a foundation, then you will go for building a another certification program, then it will go for the next level, right? Similar way you can able to see you have a 900, 104, and You have a 700 and expert program here. So this is the roadmap we have been planned for this Microsoft certification part. Today we are focusing more, or the next 4 days, we are focusing more on AZ700. So the focus area for us, it's been like more into the AZ700. So this is the area we are focusing here. You may able to see when we are covering or discussing about AZ700, you may be able to see there are few topics which may be coming from AZ900 and 104 as well also, because AZ104 also covering few networking topics. So you may be able to see there are kind similarity on some services or a topics which we are discussing throughout the session here. So it's been an advanced topic, or it's been a specialized training program which will help us to understand about AZ900 and 104 or a 700 here. So this is the way the session has been planned. Now, when you're coming on in a Microsoft certifications, you may be able to see there are many certification Microsoft has been released. You may be able to see there are some exam numbers as well. Wherever you're seeing exam number, it's been starting with Microsoft AZ. In case if you're seeing a number which has been starting with AZ, meaning is that certification is been related to Azure. In case if you're seeing AZ900, AZ500, AZ204, um, you can able to see like you can able to see AZ600 or a 500. This kind of option you can able to see here. Clear? So you can able to see this is a, like this kind of option you can able to see on the chat here, right? Give me a second. Now, right now you may be able to see you have a different roadmap or a certification has been available here. Now, wherever you're seeing AZ is the number that's been always discussed about Microsoft Azure AZ1, and you can able to see wherever you're seeing exam number 900. The meaning is been like that exam has been focusing more on the fundamental side. AZ900, it's been focusing more on the Azure fundamentals, talks more about the cloud concept, talks more about what is ISaaS or a PaaS, how cloud is been defined, or this program is been covered under the AZ900 program. It's been 1 day program, and there is no practical labs or there is no practical scenario based questions you may get for this exam. When it is coming on AZ104, this is an advanced level of this exam. It's been more into the practical oriented side. So basically, it's been focusing more on the system administration side. Today, whatever training program we are discussing, it's about AZ700 program. It's basically talks about networking side. When you take a on-premises, you may be heard about router, you may be heard about switch, you may be heard about protocols, you may be heard about firewall, you may be heard about configuring a routing mechanism. Now, next 4 days, we are going to discuss about how this has been managed inside in a cloud. When we are using on-premises, we were playing with a physical asset. We were playing with a Cisco router or a different vendor router or a switches. Physically, we were managing here. All of us are aware that cloud is a virtualized kind of a mode. You may be getting a question in case if I'm moving on into the cloud on in a virtual network side, How do I manage this one? What is the mechanism is been available? What are the different protocols are available on in a cloud? We'll be discussing about all these points in the next few hours. In case if you want to do some architect level of exam, the exam number is been coming called AZ305. Previously, the exam number was 303 and 304. This is got expired. Now the exam number is 305. So 305 is the exam number you can able to see here. In case if you want to focus more on into the cloud security side, Microsoft is going to release another program that's called AZ500. It's basically a cloud security side. Basically, it's been focusing more on VPN, how to configure a cloud security. This kind of a topic has been covered inside a cloud security side. This is more on into the cloud security side of the sessions. Now, when it is coming on into the cloud side of the session, security has been covered under the AZ500 program. In case if you are from a developer background, you have a AZ204, and if you are from a data analyst side, you have a DI100 is been available. And if you want to focus more on the artificial intelligence, you have a artificial intelligence program also you can able to see here. In case if you want to see more about the Azure certification program, you can visit our website that's called learn.microsoft.com, or you can just simply you can able to type Azure certifications. This will take you into a page basically known as learn.microsoft.com. Let me paste the link on the chat. Request everyone to bookmark this link. I have been pasted the link on the chat. So once you entered inside this chat, left side you may be able to see there is a product or a filter tabs you may be able to see here. In the left side of the screen, you may be able to see there are different products from a Microsoft. You can able to see the different role currently you're handling, what is the level you're looking, and based on that you may be able to select the certificates or a training module which you can able to select it from a Microsoft. Let me give you a scenario here. I want to focus more on into the Azure network. You can select the product is Azure, and you can select network engineer. Then the right side you may be able to see these are the courses we need to prepare it, which will enable you or which will discuss that Microsoft has been discussing about the network side. So today we are discussing about a program called AZ700. So AZ700 is the course today we are discussing here. Now, before discussing about the agenda here, I can see there are few questions has been posted by our people on the chat. Let me try to answer all these questions. We have a question from MH Kiran is asking what is the relevant certification for AZ500. MH is basically it's been AZ500. The right approach you can able to take. Let me share my whiteboard so then I can able to let me MH. I prefer you to go for this path. This will help you to understand this one. You can write AZ900 first, go for AZ10 first, then go for whatever sessions you are attending AZ700, then go for AZ500, then go for AZ305. So this may be the right roadmap for you in case if you are focusing more on into the security side. Once it is been done, you can go for SC series certification also, like SC 200, 300, 400 kind of a series exam also you can able to focus it. MH, I hope you've been clear. Any additional questions or connected questions on that? So I prefer you to go for this part. So you are strong. Yeah. Um, Kamal, basically free certifications or a cost. In case if you're working in IT firms, normally the your firms and Microsoft may be having some kind of a partnership. Normally you may be able to see, like if you go for a certification, you can connect with your talent team or HR. Normally all the official ID used to get a 50 percentage or 100 percentage way off for your certification cost. You can have a word with your local HR. You can have, mostly almost all the organization is used to get either 50 percentage or 100 percentage off on this. Right now we are not providing any free cost certification for this as on date. Maybe in the future we are working on some partnership, and on that part future maybe you may be able to get such kind of advantages for attending this training program. So right now we are not giving any exam free voucher, but I'll request you to have a word with your local HR where you're working. Mostly all the companies may be having some tie-up or a partnership with the Microsoft. Your office ID may be allowing you to get some kind of a free voucher or a cost. I hope that your question is got answered. Now I'm getting another question here from Vidyalingam is asking, are we covering AZ104? Vidya, it's been like today this training has been more focused on AZ700. So we have some time limit we have, because we are trying to cover all the topics even related to 700. So unfortunately, we will not be in a position to focus on the AZ104. That's a separate training or a course. We are planning to have another session on AZ104. The discussion is in the pipeline. I request you to follow the pages, so you may be getting an upcoming event or a training notification. So we in this session we may cover few topics related to AZ104. That is we not complete session. If you want looking for a complete session, you will be getting this details in the future. We have done a couple of AZ104 programs in the past. Next series of the program that it's in discussion, you may be getting this information very soon. Clear? Team, are we good? Any questions related to the certification program? Okay. Now request everyone to confirm through the chat option. Okay, good. So thank you team for that. Now let's take a 2 minutes break, 3 minutes break, and come back. Then we'll be moving on into the technical side. Before that, any questions? Yeah. So we are moving on into the to the technical side. Almost an hour now. Let's take a 3 to 5 minutes break and come back. Then we'll move on into the technical side of the session. How the training has been planned, or how the cloud has been working. We'll have a discussion now. So let's take a quick break because almost an hour now. So before getting to technical, let's refresh ourselves and come back. Thank you. I hope all are back. It was a quick refreshment break. Requesting everyone to confirm if you're back via chat or put a like button. Thank you, Zen. Okay, thank you. Thank you, team. Okay, so today we are discussing more on into the AZ700 training program. Let's try to understand what is this training program, how this has been planned. AZ700 program, the program name it's known as Microsoft Designing and Implementation of the Solutions. It's been focusing on into the network aspects. When you configure a resource or when you configure a Azure components on in a cloud side, how the networking is being enabled, how the networking is being configured on in the cloud side, that is been discussed or it's been covered inside the AZ10 AZ700 training program. I know you may be looking for some handout. I'll be giving some handout for that, but normally there is no handout, hard copy or soft copies nowadays has been provided. But for this match, we have been made a customized handout and we'll be sharing you that soon. Or the handouts are available on the online itself. If you go to this page, let me share the link on the chat so you can able to bookmark. Right now I've been pasted the link on the chat. If you go inside this AZ700 page, you will be able to see this Microsoft certification programs or the 700 details here. If you open this module bottom, you may be able to see there are 8 modules we have to cover it here. If you open here, you can able to see it's a module ways or a chapter ways. Microsoft has been beautifully, it's been organized this training programs. You can able to see it's been discussing about modules like networking. It's been moving on into the hybrid side, discussing about express route, and it's been covered all the topic inside here. So you can able to see all the topic has been covered inside here. Whenever you're opening Microsoft learn.microsoft.com, please make sure that you are logging to this portal. You can able to see on the right side top, right side of the screen, you may be able to see there is a login button or sign in button. Make sure that you are logging and with your ID and attending this module. So the reason it's been like when you open this link, you may be able to see there are some brownie points or a learning hours or a point is been captured here. See on the right side, like each module, you may be able to see there is a points is been added here. Once the module or the chapter is been completed, these points will be added to your profiles. In case these points need to be added to your profile, please make sure that you are log into this Microsoft portal and start attending this one. That is the right approach you need to take care when you're going for a attending any Microsoft courses. So that will help you, like in case if you're moving internally or externally, if the HR or the talent team has been asking your profile, nowadays all the everyone has been started asking your Microsoft transcript or a profile, you will be able to download your profile from the portal. You will be able to capture or you'll be able to share all these details also to Microsoft or the respective talent team also. So please make sure that you are using this portal window for capturing these details. Coming on into the technical side of this session, when you're writing this exam, normally you will get 40 to 60 questions. It's been scenario based or objective type or case study based questions you will get it for this exam. 40 to 60 question you can expect for this exam year. Now passing percentage for this exam is 700 mark. You can able to see AZ700 passing percentage is going to be 700 mark and there is no negative mark. It's been like a passing percentage is 700 mark. In case if you want to write for an exam or register for the exam, you may be able to see there is a tab here. It's been mentioned schedule an exam based on the country you have been connecting. For example, like if I'm connecting from a Philippines, select this details. It's not a free exam. There is a cost is been associated. In case if you're working for in an organization, mostly almost all the organization may be having partnership with the Microsoft. They will having a free voucher is been available. You can able to use that. In case if you don't have any voucher, we may have to pay the amount from the pocket. So it's not a free exam. It's like a $90 depends upon which country you have been connecting. Based on that, you have to pay the exam cost for that. All of us need to remember one more thing. All the Microsoft certifications are needs to be renewed after some particular years also. Few certification it's been 2 year, few certification it's going to be 1 year also. All that notifications or details, you will be able to get it from your profile. When you go inside a profile, you can able to see all your certifications, um, when this exam is going to expire, and when you want to renew. Renewal has been completely free. You don't need to pay anything for that. Renewal of Microsoft certification has been completely free, and you can write it from your home, and you can able to uh, clear your exam so without paying any extra cost from your pocket. Clear? Any questions? Any questions from anyone? Okay, thank you. Yes, all not for 5D has been not for AZ700. All the Microsoft renewal exam certifications are completely free. You don't need to pay anything for that. Uh, yes, Furnas, you don't need to write a complete questions. Some questions only, 20 to 24 questions only you need to write it. Uh, so that you need to just an objective type, just to ensure that Microsoft is ensure that people are being updating their knowledge. That the reason there is some additional check Microsoft is been introduced. So it's been completely objective type of the questions. You will get it for that. Give me a second. Okay, thank you. Um, Kamal, I already pasted this link on the chat. Now, let's come back to this topic here. Already we had a couple of sessions related to the cloud. Let's brush a few cloud terminologies before moving on to the networking side. Let's understand about a few details about a cloud technologies here. Now, you may be already heard about a term called a cloud computing. You may be already aware about a difference between on-premises and cloud computing and collocation one, right? Can you do a comparison between on-prem solution versus cloud? Any idea? Have you heard about a on-premises one and What is the difference between a cloud computing? Any idea about this? Can you comment it on the chat? So you maybe already heard about a on-premises server in your organization. Basically, like you maybe heard about a word called a data center or data room, right? It's been data center or a data room. You maybe heard about in a normally in a news. As ham or a firnaz has been commented on the chat. Basically, we used to call a term called a local server. Basically the server which has been hosted inside our organization, basically known as on-premises servers. On-premises server means that all your infrastructure is been hosted inside the servers here. We will be responsible for capex. We will be responsible for managing this technology refreshments. We are responsible for maintaining any kind of a redundancy or any kind of a HA feature. It has been available here. So that is the way your on-premises or infrastructure is been made and it's been configured. When it is coming on in a cloud infrastructure, instead of using on in a local server, we will be migrating or doing a lift and shift into cloud. What do you mean cloud? Instead of using your own infrastructure, the complete infrastructure is been hosted inside Microsoft Cloud Service Provider data center. So it's been completely available on in the cloud service provider physical data center. Basically, that is been known as cloud computing. Technically, there is no capex cost. Only we'll have a opex cost only. There is no capex cost is been available. Only we have a opex cost only. It's been available on in a cloud scenarios here. Second thing, it's been like Microsoft has been responsible for managing all the assets. Microsoft has been managing redundancy or availability on into the data center side. And when cloud is been defined based on how this has been supported, it's not that all the resources been available on in a cloud is not a cloud technology. All of us are already aware that in case if I need to use a cloud computing, either I need a internet connection or I need a VPN connection also. So there is an organization called NIST. NIST has been beautifully explained how a cloud computing is been defined. It's not that we have a resource which has been configured inside the internet. That is not a cloud computing. In case if I need to call any infrastructure is a cloud computing, this has to meet few characters. Basically, it's been knowing as on demand. The character is like a on demand measured service. You maybe heard about rapid elasticity, and you maybe heard about another term called connectivity, rapid elasticity, measured service, and on demand service. And these are the feature normally we are getting. And based on the deployment model, this has been classified as a public cloud, private cloud, configured as a hybrid cloud, and multi-cloud also. You may be able to see there are different mode this has been configured, and you may be able to see there are depends upon how the responsibility has been classified. It's been classified as 4 types: infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service, and anything as a service. So this is the kind of a model normally it's been classified on in a cloud infrastructure. So that is the way the infrastructure is been configured. That is the way the infrastructure is been configured on in a cloud side as well. Now coming on into on into the cloud side, you can able to see here a cloud computing. You have a on-premises, public, and IaaS. You may be able to see, in case if anyone want to use a cloud computing, you need to have a connectivity is being needed. All of us may be remembering, in case if you're using a Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, or if you're using Hotstar or any kind of a OTT platform, we used to have a account and a subscription is been available. Similar way here also, if anyone want to use a cloud computing, you need to have a account to be available. Normally the account is been created in a free account. You may be having an enterprise account. You may be having a pay as you go model. If anyone want to connect to Microsoft portal, it's mandatory that you need to have a account to be available. Only with the help of an account only, you will be able to connect to Microsoft portal. So this all, it's been the free component or the free, this is the all this topic already we've been discussing in the last session. Now coming on into the networking side. So our focus is more on into the networking side. I'm not going to discuss about Azure fundamentals sessions here. Now, when it is coming on in a networking side, you may be remembering, in case if you have been configured a multiple server on in a on-premises one, I'm just discussing about a legacy model. For example, like in my office, I have configured a server A, I have been configured a server B, or I have a couple of other servers also available. Can you comment it on in the chat? If I need to communicate from computer A to computer B, what are the components I needed in my infrastructure? Can you comment it on the chat? My question is here. In case if I need to communicate to two devices, what are the components I need? Kamal and Dan is saying we need a networking. We need it. Agreed. We need to have a networking. Okay, great. We need to have a switch. What else? Yes, Ko is saying like we need a router. Great. We need to have a Ethernet cable. We need to have a gateway. Okay, great. We need to have a NSG. Okay. What else? We need a router. Already have been marked. Anything I missed? Firewall is needed. We need to have a firewall is been needed. We need to have a cabling. Okay. We need to have a peering. I'm not discuss about what is a peering. We need to have a, I'm not talking about Azure side, guys. I'm talking more about an on-premises one. NSG and a WAF we'll discuss in the later point. Let's discuss about in a on-premises one. Yes, network protocol is needed, right? You need to have a TCP/IP. Okay. Let's focus more on a on-premises one. Yes, routing protocol is needed. Okay, great. Super. Anything I missed? Anything I missed? Okay, so we need to have a P2B, IP address, MAC address, all these points are, it's been available here, right? So we need to have a, we have a, now when it is coming on into the cloud side, how this is being provided. Now We understood like if you're using a on-premises one, whatever points so far we have been discussed. Whatever points so far we have been discussed. All this has been physical assets, right? Or asset we were using on in a normal way. Now the question has been coming, how you're going to configure all these things on in a cloud infrastructure. If I need to make a communication, you may be having an Ethernet port, or you may be having a network or a router is been available. How do we connect or how do we configure these things on in a cloud site? This is the point we are going to discuss or understand in the next couple of days here. Let me start with a concept here. It's called, let's start with a basic topic called VNIC. The first topic we are going to discuss today, it's about VNIC. Have you heard about a term called NIC? Have you heard about a term called NIC? We used to use a term called network interface card, or few people may be using a term called Ethernet port or network interface card or a physical card in an organization, right? Like if you're taking an on-premises network, you may be quite familiar with this uh, device, right? Or it's like a item, right? We used to use it's like a network card. You may be heard about this one, right? We used to use it on in the on-premises one, like in case if you want to connect your RJ45 cable on in your server, either the server may be having a inbuilt card may be available, or on in your ISA or a PCI Express or a PCI slot, we used to insert this card that will help us for making a connectivity to another servers, right? We used to have a Ethernet port has been available. This scenario has been coming on in a on-premises scenarios. Now the point here has been coming, how this has been configured on in a cloud side. If you go back to the on-premises scenario, yes, LAN card may be the yes. Few people may be using a word called LAN card also. You may be remembering in a on-premises scenario how the networking has been made. You may be having a servers from a Dell or a HP or a different vendors. On the back side, you may be having a Ethernet port, basically known as LAN port or Ethernet port or Ethernet card we may be using. This has been connected with a cable. This has been connected to IO port. Then it has been terminating to a switch. Switch has been connected to a router inside your data center, right? And similar way, the other servers also connected finally into a router, and the connection has been made. This is the way we are communicating, or this is the way the connection is been made on in a cloud side. Ready? I hope this point is been clear to everyone, right? So it's basically if you take any organization, the connection is been made, it's been able to see 1 second. Right now you may be able to see you have a NIC or a IO port or router. This is the way your on-premises network or a connection is been made. Now the question is coming here, how you're able to manage a cloud scenario here. Few people are commenting it's a no audio. uh, Arnel or Arnato, I was making a lecture note for you. I was just typing and making some VNIC note for you. That the reason it's been, there was some audio break has been happened. I was just making a lecture note for you. I thought of after the VNIC discussion, I thought of giving a lecture note for you. I hope it's been loud and clear now, right? Okay. Now coming on into the cloud side, the connection how Ethernet has been provided right now. You understood if you're taking a physical or on-premises one, you have a physical NIC was been available. Now the question has been coming, how your physical NIC is been assigned on in a cloud scenario. In a cloud scenario, you won't be using any NIC. I'm not saying you are not using a NIC. I'm saying like you won't be using a physical NIC. Instead of that, you will be using a term or a feature called VNIC. VNIC stands for Virtual Network Interface Card. What is the term? We used to use a term called Virtual Network Interface Card. Clear? We used to use a term. It's called Virtual Network Interface Card. So with the help of that, you can able to map, or you can able to connect it, or which you can able to make a connection to a network here. Now we are getting a question here. How we are able to configure a VNIC on in a cloud scenario? What are the options we have? How this has been configured on in a cloud scenario? This is the point we are going to discuss it here. Now, right now you need to understand VNIC is the term generally we are using called Virtual Network Interface Card. On in your chat window, I have been pasted a lecture note for you. You can copy this one, Virtual Network Interface Card, or a VNIC is been stands for VNIC stands for uh, Network Interface Card, and this has been associated with this one. Let's try to see how this has been configured here. And we've been pasted on the lecture note on the chat. We are going to discuss about a first topic called VNIC here. So I hope all of us understood what is a VNIC now here, right? VNIC is mean nothing. Whenever you are creating any device, instead of a physical network interface card, virtual card is been prepared here. You have a virtual network interface card is been prepared here. So that has been allowed. You can able to configure it's in a VNIC side. We can able to see, you can able to see this VNIC card is been configured on in a cloud side here. Now let's see how this has been configured on in a cloud side. I hope all are clear about a term called VNIC here, right? Any questions? VNIC is nothing. Instead of using a physical Ethernet card, in a cloud side, virtually you are creating. I'll be showing you how virtually this has been created here. Any questions? I'm getting a question here. Uh, I'll practically will show you. Similar like your on-premises virtual network interface, you will have a MAC address also for the VNIC here. The only difference here, you are not physically attaching this network interface card here. Instead of that, this has been created with a virtual mode. Let me show you here practically how this VNIC has been created. Then I'll be showing you the MAC address of that. Is that fine? Because let me practically show you how this has been created. Now team, let's create a virtual machine here. Let's see how practically this has been configured on in a cloud side here. Let me show practically here. Let me connect to a Azure portal now. Let me show you practically how this has been created. For doing this lab, we are going to create a server. We are going to create a server. I'm going to create a server called VM1. The name I'm going to give is a VM1. This I'm going to create in a ES2S data center. We are going to create a network interface card on in the server. This is the first lab or the first exercise we are going to do it today. Now let's connect you to the Azure portal. Let me go to the Azure portal here. Give me a second. Waiting for the OTP code. Let's wait for a now I'm getting a questions on in a chat. Is there any kind of a limitation? Yes. Um, yes, we have some like you maybe heard about a term called hardware offloading, or the performance has been completely depends upon the relay on the virtual network stack. So these are the few limitations we have. I just pasted the limitations on the chat. You can just Muhammad Awal, you can just go through this one. These are the few limitations of your uh, normally like the VNIC if you're being configured here. So you can able to see this one. Are you referring a term called BMSS or it's a BMI? So in a normally in a Azure, we have a term called BMSS. So BMI maybe you may be using a virtualization mission image you're referring, or you may be referring the term called BMSS is basically like a virtual machine scale set. So which term you may be referring? So I can see there is a question has been related to VMI. So if it is a VMI, that's called virtual machine image, or if it is a VMSS, that basically into the scale set kind of a mode. Now coming on into the Azure side, let me connect to the portal here. I'm just waiting for the OTP code to generate. Let's wait for a minute. I'm just waiting like the OTP code to be generated here. Let's wait for a few minutes. 1 second. Just waiting the OTP code. Give me a second. Okay, I was just waiting for the OTP code. Whatever OTP code we have received was not working, so I just created another OTP code. Yes, I got new one. Let me type that. I'm just giving 646 1234 1234. I just created some additional authentication and I've been connected. Let's wait. Right now, I'm just connecting to the Microsoft portal here. Let's wait for this to load. Okay. Right now, we are going to create a virtual machine, and we are trying to see how network Ethernet card has been created. Before that, let me clear some existing resources here that may get confused for you. So that let me clear that first. Otherwise, you may get confused. So wait for a few minutes. Right now, clearing of the existing resource are in progress. Let's wait for a few minutes. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes because it's been clearing existing resources here. Clearing is in progress here. Let's wait for this to complete. Right now, this clearing is in progress yet, so we need to wait for a minute. Okay, now I think all the two resources got deleted here. Now let's go and create a one VM on in a East US data center. I'm coming to that point, Kamal. Just let's create a VM, then I'll come to the IP address point. So the plan here it's been like I'll create VNIC first, then I'll get into public IP address and a private IP address. That is the way the course is been structured here. Let me create a VM here. We are going to create a VM inside a Microsoft Azure portal in East US data center. Right now I've been connected to virtual machines here. I'm creating a group called resource group called production. Virtual machine name I'm giving it's a VM1. I'm creating in a East US data center. I'm just giving the all the username and details here. I can able to see how created given the username and password. Trying to create a VM here. We are discussing about a topic called VNIC. I just created a VM here. Right now you may be able to see we have created a virtual machine. Let's wait for this VM to complete. Right now the VM creation is in progress here. So let's wait for a few minutes. VM creation is in progress here. Right now the provision of VM is in progress here. You can able to see this deployment has been started and it's been progressing here also. Let's wait for this to complete. You may be able to see this new VM has been got creation or its provisioning is in progress here. Right now you may be able to see the VM or the server is got provisioned here on the notification area. You can able to connect a server is been connected here. Now if you go to the virtual machine, you may be able to see your virtual machine is got created in East US data center. You may be able to see you have a VM has been created and VM has been created in East US data center. If you select the properties of the VM, you may be able to see there are few additional information you may be able to see here. Like it's got a public IP address. You may be able to see this got a private IP address also. Now, if you go to the all resources tab, which has been showing on the left side of your tab, or basically known as resource panel, you may be able to see along with your VM, you have created a VM called VM1. Along with your VM, lot of other dependent resources also created automatically. You may be able to see you have a public IP address, you have a private IP address, you have a few additional resources also has been created here. So the one important point you may be able to see here, whenever your VM has been created, there is a network interface card automatically it's got created. What I'm trying to say here is whenever you create a VM, automatically there is a network interface card is been created. You can able to see it's given a name. What is the name we are given for a VM? We are given a VM1. So first few letter it's been representing the name of the VM followed by some random number. Let me create one more VM here. Then you may be able to see the same thing. Let me create a one more VM on a different data center. I'm creating another VM name called Ronaldo or Messi. Let me create a word called Lionel Messi in a North Europe. I'm just giving a name for a computer, Messi here. Just given username and password. Let's go and create a one more VM. Let's see practically what has been happening on the system here. Let's wait for a few minutes. Let's validate this. Let's wait for this to complete. Right now, deployment is in progress here. So we're waiting for this to complete. Right now, you may be able to see here. You have a VM has been created on a different data center. You may be able to see it's been created in North Europe. And for a testing purpose, we are given a VM name has been Messi. If you go to the properties here, You may be able to see this also created a network card here. See, this is given Messi and that is followed by some random number here. So what I'm trying to say here, it's whenever you create a VM, automatically there is a network interface card. It's got created. If you go to all the resources, you may be able to see here when this all resources or any profile, if you can able to see here already, you may be able to see there is a network card has been got created here. You may be able to see like there is a information has been already created here, right? You may be able to see there is a additional network interface card. It's been automatically created for your VM. So end of the day or after this session, you need to understand whenever you create a VM, automatically the network interface card is been created and that is been attached to your VM. Is this point has been clear? Any questions? Team, are we good? Are we good with this point? Team, if you're good, can you comment it on the chat? Now, there is a couple of questions I can able to see on in the chat. Kamali was asking, we can have one or more IP address. Can you elaborate, please? Yes, I'm coming to that point in a private IP address session. Kamal, I'll be discussing about that in the private IP address session. Now, I can able to see there is another question. How to connect a instance, this one, right? So this basically we can able to do in a multiple methods. One it's been like you can able to connect to the instance with the help of Azure one. I'm just sharing a step-by-step procedure. Let me, if you want, I can able to give you how this has been done. Wait, let me give you, let me type it. Just give me, so you can able to follow this procedure. Kamal is asking, not Kamal, I think Ernl was asking how to do that. Ernl, you have this, this is the step you can able to follow. I'm just copy paste you the step-by-step procedure. Request you to follow these steps. This will allow you to do the connection. So instead, because right now I don't have any domain here, so I'm not able to do it practically, but I can able to give you the step-by-step procedure. You can able to copy this one. I just pasted on the chat. Follow the steps. This will help you to do that. I just pasted on the chat. These are the step you need to follow this one. Ready? So I think Ernel, but so your question has been answered on the chat. Any other questions you're thinking like we need to have a discussion on the VNIC side? IP address part, I'm coming. So right now you may be able to see here. Let me take you into whiteboard. Yeah. So right now I hope you can able to see a whiteboard. So far what we have learned, whenever you create a VM on in a Microsoft site, automatically there is a network interface card is been assigned, and that interface card is been known as VNIC. Is basically known as virtual network interface card. Can you tell me how how many VNIC is been currently it's been configured? Can you comment it on the chat? Can you comment it on the chat? How many VNIC is been currently it's been, how many network card is been currently it's been configured here? Is it one or a two? I'm saying how many network interface card currently this has been assigned to you. Let me go and check it inside here. Few people has been commanded two, few people has been commanded is one. Let's practically go and see here. Now, if you take to this VM, let me give you the first one. Let me take a VM1 here. If you go to this properties, you may be able to see, let me show you how you can able to verify your network interface card. In case if you want to verify network interface card, you can go to the properties of your VM. When you open this VM properties, you may be able to see there is a blade has been coming on the middle of the screen. There you can able to see an option called networking tab. The moment when you select a networking tab, right side you may be able to see there is a new window is been opening, new console or a new properties window you may be able to see on the right side. If you open here, you may be able to see there is a one network interface card has been by default it's been opened here. How many we have only one in network interface card, and your IP address, public IP address and private IP address, both is been assigned to this network card, is not to two. So technically, by default, how many network interface card is been created? By default, you will have only one network interface card only it's been created. Clear? What I'm trying to say here is whenever you create a VM, by default only one network interface card only it's been created on in a Azure. This point has been clear. And on top of the network interface card, your public IP address or a private IP address has been assigned. I can see there is one more question has been posted on the chat from Rawlinks is asking like, can we use this network interface card for connecting to Azure Express route? Yes. Answer is yes. In case if you want to connect on-premises data center to a cloud, we used to use a VPN technology in Azure, and Azure has been supporting three type of a VPN. Azure Express is one type of Azure VPN technology. So with the help of that, you can able to connect it here. Now, right now we understood you have only one network interface card only currently it's been assigned. Remember, network interface card is a separate independent resource, is not part of a VM. In case if you go to a search bar, if you type network interface card, you can able to see this is an independent resource available inside your cloud. See, it's an independent resource has been available inside in a cloud. Clear? You can able to see there is an independent resource you can able to see on in a cloud here. Now, in case if you want to create a new network interface card, you can able to create it here. Now, before that, right now on the screen, you may be able to see there is a two network interface card has been available. If you open here, you may be able to see on the properties, you can able to see a message. It's giving a message to admin. Hey admin, happy Monday. Currently this network interface card has been created and attached to VM1, and you can able to see this has been attached to VM NSG also. So right now it's saying to which network interface card currently this has been created. Now in case if you're creating a new here, let me create a new one here, VM2. I'm creating a new here. Let me review and create. I can able to create directly from here also. Okay, let's create. Right now the deployment of a network interface card is in progress here. If you go to this properties, you may be able to see there is a new network interface card is got created. Let's wait for a minute. We have created one, and let's wait for a few minutes. It's not, yes. Right now you may be able to see there is a new network card has been created. See, but this has been not attached to any device here. See, when you go to the properties, the moment when you go to attached to here. See, right now this has been not attached with any computer here. That's the reason we are getting a message saying that, hey admin, currently this is been not using here. So we'll be discussing this, how to attach. Amit, we'll be discussing about a private IP address and a public IP address in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we have a 3-hour session we have been planned. So tomorrow we'll be discussing about what is a private IP address and what is a public IP address also. Now, right now we have learned you have only one virtual machine has been in a one virtual machine. You have only one network interface card only it's been created here. There are some situation if the customer is saying like I need a one more network card. Let's connect to this VM here. If I'm just going to RDP, let me take an RDP of this server here. Let me connect to this server. Let me connect to this server using a remote desktop. Let's go and see in OS side how this VNIC is showing. Let's to connect to the RDP here. Waiting for this server to load. Right now the validation has been completing. So let's wait for it 2-3 minutes. Right now you may be able to see we have been connected to the VM. Right now we have been created. Let me go to the network card properties. You may be able to see whatever network card currently it's been created, it's been showing inside this one. Right now you may be able to see we have created a VM. By default, only one network card only it's been created here. So you have only one network card only it's been created here. Clear? Now you can able to see there is only one network card only it's been created here. Now in case if you want to attach more than one, if you go to, there are some situation if the customer is saying like I need more than one network interface card, how do we create that? In case if you want to create a more than one network interface card, you can able to configure inside a portal here. For example, like if you can go to network card properties, you may be able to see attach and a detach. There is a option you can able to see here. Right now these options are in a disabled mode. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind it's been like right now this computer is in a running status. See, right now the computer is in a on status. In a live or on fly, you will not be in a position to add a network interface cards. At any point of time, if you want to add additional network interface card, your computer has to be on in a off state. Let me stop this computer here. So right now I'm saying in case at any point of time for a load balancing or for configuring any kind of a NIC teaming, if you want to additional network interface card, you will not be able to see option for adding a network interface card. The reason is been like it's in a disabled situation. Right now, if you go to the properties, right now you may be able to see you have a VM has been available. VM has been configured here with a, it's in currently the VM status is in a stop situation. Now, if you go to the network interface card, you will have an option for adding a attach a new network card. If you attach a new network card, you have an option for creating a new one, or you will be, one second, you will get an option for adding a new network interface card, or it will show you a message here saying that admin, I already have a network card has been available on in the pool. I can able to attach here. Here you have option for creating a new network interface card. I'm saying this is for my backup IP. I selected. I'm saying like this is for my backup NAC card. I'm saying this is for my backup NAC. I just created here. Validate and create. Let's wait for a few minutes. Network card creation is in progress here. Now, new network card is been attached to this computer. Right now, you may be able to see network card is been created here. Right now, if you go to the VM1, you may be able to see there is an additional network interface card is been attached here. See, there is an additional network interface card. It's been created and attached to this computer. Let me connect to this computer here. Let me go and take a RDP connection. Before that, let me power on this server here. Important point you need to remember, whenever you create a VM, you can able to see VM has been created and by default with only one network interface card. At any point of time, if you need more than one, you need additional network interface card. By default, only one is been available. And if you want more than one, we need to have an additional network interface card is been required. So you need to have an additional network interface card is been required, and that has been created only after shutting down your VM. Let's wait. Let's wait for this to complete. It will take a few minutes to complete. Let me connect to this server now. Let me connect to the server using my username and password. Right now, this connection has been we have been connected. If you go to the NIC properties, you may be able to see one more additional network card has been got created here. See, right now you may be able to see we have added additional network interface card. So end of the day, you need to understand in a Azure scenario, for making a connection between a two VM or a device, you have an option for adding an additional network interface card. Now, what is the maximum you can able to add it here? It's been completely depends upon what is the size you have been selected at the type of the creation. I have seen there is someone has been asked a question, how many NIC can be configured here? That completely depends upon what is the configuration you have been selecting here. At the time of a VM creation, you may be seen there is an option called size here, right? It's completely depends upon what is the size you have been selected here. It's been completely depends upon the size you have been configured here. Any questions? Team, any questions from anyone? Team, any questions? If you're good, can you comment it on the chat? What if I create a VNIC by entering into the OS and uh, you will not be able to create any VNIC using an operating system. We have to create using Azure portal only. In case if you have a two VNIC has been available, normally that is been using for a configuration. You can able to see in the network properties, in the VM properties, networking, you can able to see you have option for adding here. So this is the option generally we are using with the help of you can able to see you have an option for adding a you have a you have option you can able to see you have an option for adding a network interface card. Any questions? So we are top of time today. Tomorrow we'll have a 3 hour of session. Tomorrow's agenda for this training is we'll be focusing more on firewall, basically known as NSG. We'll be discussing about how to create a IP address. We'll be discussing about how to create a public IP address, how public IP address will use for a making a connection. This kind of a points will do with me. So, and if you're getting a time, we'll be discussing about a VNet peering as well. Clear? Any questions? Is there any limitation of creating a VM? Amit, this been completely depends upon what is the type of the configuration you have been using. For example, like right now, if you may be able to see here, let me show you here, Amit. If I go to overview and let me move this computer into off state, let's wait for a minute. You can able to see some limitations here. Right now, if you try to add a network card, even my computer is in off situation. See, I'm not able to add. The reason it's been like my configuration has been a B1 mode. B1 mode has been allowing only two network interface card. In case if I need more than that, I may have to change my VM size. Right now, you may be able to see this only two B2 size. B2 size has been supporting only two network interface card. It won't support more than that. Now, answering to Sanit question, public IP address has been created automatically. Yes, by default, if you take any computer, public IP address has been automatically created. There is a cost has been associated with that. Normally, for saving a cost or avoiding any kind of a network security compromise in a real production scenario, we will be removing the public IP address. And the technical word we used to use it called disassociate. I'll show you tomorrow how to do that. Clear? Yes, you will be getting a certificate after attending the 4 days of a session. You need to fill this attendance form, and whoever has been filled and whoever has been attended this 4 days of training program, you will be getting a certificate. Yes, Imran will be showing a VPN session. I'll be showing a P2S and S2S also. Express route we will not be able to show because we don't have any partner edge servers here. But I'll be discussing about a concept and a theory and how this has been configured. We'll have a discussion on that. Practically, I'll be showing you S2S also. It's the same time, but we'll have a 3 hours of session tomorrow. Since I announced it's been 2 hour session, people already may be having engaged on a couple of planned meetings, so we don't want to make it in a trouble. So we'll have a 3 hour of session tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, it's been 4 days session. Till Thursday we'll have this session. Chaitanya, over to you. So in the morning we have announced it's a 2 hour session. Some confusion happened, so we need to wind up now. We are on top of already top of time today. So thank you, team. Let's connect tomorrow. Chaitanya requesting, yeah, already has been shared the attendance form. So thank you, team. Let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice.
For this wonderful session. I hope the attendees liked it and understand very well. And thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you also liked the session and understood these concepts thoroughly. And yeah, if you have any doubt regarding community and anything else, then do you can ask me. And Robin is also still present in the meet, so if you have any doubt, you can ask, write down in the chat box, and uh, and he would love to answer that.
I hope I have answered all the questions which has been posted on the chat. Any question has been pending or be missed during the session? Yeah. Any questions? I have been answered all the questions so far. Yeah. So thank you, team. So wish you a productive week, and let's connect tomorrow and have a great day. Thank you all. Thank you, Saijanya and Sudhag for coordinating and driving this one. Yes, I'll be showing you cam, physical and on premise. I'll show you that. And DUMS part, yeah, I'll help you few sites possible in the day 4. I'll take you into that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining today. I've shared the attendance link in the chat box, and uh, do and do join our upcoming events as well. So you can scan this QR code and join us on our Discord, and and join our upcoming events. And if you have any doubts regarding community or anything, uh, then do let me know. I've also pinned the attendance form. You can fill it out. Let me know if you have any doubts. And yeah, thank you for participation. You can, I hope my screen is visible. Can someone confirm this if my screen is visible or not?